amazing.
Today, you join an elite group of approximately 2,000 Rady MBA alumni who continue to make measurable positive impact locally, in California, in the nation, and in the world. Our entire Rady School community celebrates and congratulates you today. This is really a superb accomplishment. And we're so proud of all of your accomplishments and getting today where you are. And we look forward with great anticipation to your professional futures.
I'd like to speak today about the innovation economy. It includes companies that are advancing technology, transforming ideas into new goods and services, and introducing them to the world. The founders of this school wish to make developing leadership for the innovation economy a specialty. So let me speak first about the local impact. The innovation economy is much more than local, but we'll start with local. San Diego's innovation cluster has become one of the largest, most diverse, most vibrant in the world. Today, it includes 7,000 companies, more than 150,000 employees, and a $16 billion annual payroll. San Diego's best paying jobs are concentrated in that sector. They pay more than double the other jobs in the region. And because of that, there's an important multiplier effect in the regional economy. The impact of the emergence of this technology cluster would be very, very hard to overstate in terms of regional economy. But it's bigger than local, it's bigger than regional. San Diego has emerged as a true technology juggernaut and a powerhouse of innovation. It is one of the most concentrated research hubs in the United States, perhaps in the world. The ability to innovate and to commercialize innovative technology, in my thought, is what made the United States an economic superpower. At one time, the U.S. Department of Commerce estimated that innovation is linked to 75% of all economic growth in the United States since World War II. Sustaining global leadership is vital to America's security, its role as a world power, and to the welfare of its people. During my lifetime, there have been two great revolutions. The first was in basic biology, and the second in information technology and telecommunications. And what has happened in both fields is utterly breathtaking. When I was in college, Watson and Crick had just won the Nobel for discovering the structure of DNA. When I say that to biology students today, they literally gasp. When you think about the sophistication of things they are working on now, even as graduates, it's amazing to me to think at my generation, at the same point in our lives, we're just starting to learn about that famous double helix structure. But that was cutting edge science at the time. When I was in elementary school, television was new. Not all families had TVs. And those who had them, there were these little screens with black and white pictures and those funny rabbit ear antenna to try to help with reception. The first satellite was put in space when I was 10 years old. There were no personal computers. In fact, software was not even a word yet. There were no cell phones, no GPS, no email, no internet. Those things came way later. I tell you this not to impress you with how ancient I am. I hope it helps bring into perspective how much has happened in the time frame of a single career. Ladies and gentlemen, that is what the innovation economy is all about. Think about how many technologies have been developed and introduced, how many products have been made available and how they changed our lives, how many jobs have been created, how much wealth has been created, and how our economy has prospered. The Rady School was established with the express purpose of preparing leaders for the innovation economy in the next 50 years. If you trace technology development, you often see very long histories, predecessor technologies, breakthroughs in one area facilitating progress in another. Often the origins of a breakthrough are in basic science that's federally funded, occurring in academia. Discoveries may be transferred out for further development and reduction to practice by one or more companies. Venture-backed entrepreneurs may set up new companies to initiate development. Promising technologies may have multiple applications and in fact may have applications in different industries. An innovative new platform may become a reliable workhorse with well understood utility, but it can take decades for that to happen. If we had more time, we could trace a few of them: wireless communication, the internet, GPS, monoclonal antibodies, recombinant DNA, stem cells, genomics, just to name a few. In each case, you would see a long arc of development. Now, business schools and business leaders are often criticized for short-termism, but developing the potential of innovative platform technologies is truly a long game. I remember bio meetings, that's my industry association, in the early 2000s. By then, my industry was about 30 years old, and we were just reaching the point that we were beginning to have significant numbers of products that were approved and on the market. Grateful patients spoke at our plenary sessions, and the atmosphere was almost giddy. For us, collectively, it had been a long haul with significant ups and downs, but we had arrived. Many of you had advanced degrees in technical disciplines before you decided to earn your MBA. That's not accidental. It was a deliberate recruiting strategy intended to help develop bilingual leaders, that is, people who are fluent not only in the language of science and technology, but also in that of business and management. If you're an entrepreneur and want to start a new business, we wish you great success. Entrepreneurs have a critical role to play in the innovation economy. But if your specialty is general management, accounting, business analytics, finance, marketing, there's a place for you too. The requirements are diverse and the types of organizations involved are many. Many of you will go into tech sector jobs if history repeats itself. All of you know how to identify scalable ideas that fit market needs and add value. All of you are trained to be ethical leaders of well-run corporations. When you are leading organizations, you will want employees who are motivated and productive. In my experience, most people want to work for a cause that's bigger than money. They want to be proud of the companies they work for, and they want to be proud of what they do for a living. When they strongly identify with the company's mission and purpose, it elevates performance. It can be a magical working environment when that happens. As future business leaders, it will be your responsibility to help create that environment, to set the right tone, to hold people accountable for the behavior you expect. Integrity and ethics matter. It's important to be proud of what you achieve, but how you get there matters just as much. You will have decision points in your career. Maybe you'll have an unexpected opportunity. Maybe you'll have a setback or have to overcome an obstacle. There will be setbacks. There'll be theories that don't work. There'll be tough competitors. There'll be regulatory setbacks. There'll be tight funding cycles, and there'll be shareholders who seem impossible to please. You may consider a course correction. It may turn out that staying the course, staying focused on the goal will be the thing that pays off, but don't be afraid to take a risk and try something new. Decide what path you'll take, then go for it and don't look back. In conclusion, Let me say that achieving a peak gives absolutely no assurance of staying there. We must earn it every day. We must invest to maintain strength. Innovation depends on science. Therefore, we hope that all of you will always advocate for investments in science and for appropriate use of science in decisions. We must have smart policy decisions. We must recognize that other countries are upping their game and respond appropriately. What it took to be successful yesterday may be different than what will be required tomorrow. So we need you. We need your brain power, your talent, your energy, and your leadership. As you embark on your career, we wish you all the best. Whatever you decide to do, we wish you great success, great happiness, and a long and gratifying career. So now let's get out there and make things happen. Congratulations, class of 2019.
This cohort includes physicians, a veterinarian, lawyers, accountants, PhDs, engineers, military veterans, and active duty Navy. As someone with a liberal arts degree, it was humbling to get to know and work with all of you in the different cohorts and to learn from the wide range of international cultures and industries that our class forms. We all came to Rady for many reasons. Some of us wanted to start new businesses or prepare for the next promotion. Some, like me, wanted to pivot in our careers completely and take some time to really stretch ourselves during these 2 years. As we have approached this day, I've been reflecting a lot, of course. All of the classes we've had to endure, the horrors of quantitative analysis, strategy, lab to market, all of the different groups and presentations and papers we've had to write. Who remembers taking management communication? This is one of the first classes we have to take as MBA students. Theater director Todd Salovey is one of our beloved professors at Rady, who faces the difficult task of helping cerebral MBA students bring their values and their emotions to their often highly analytical and quantitatively driven presentations. I had the opportunity to bookend my MBA curriculum with both of Todd's classes by taking his elective this spring. When offering coaching on a speech I had delivered, Todd said that it took me some time to drop in. He explained it took me a little time to warm up, feel comfortable, and get in the groove. My dropping in had made all the difference, though, in the authenticity and the engagement of the presentation once I decided to do that. The idea of dropping into a speech resonated with me that day, and it got me thinking about moments where we choose to drop in and say yes to situations, other people, and to life. For me, the most influential experiences were the ones where I fully invested, gave it my all, and wholeheartedly dropped in. If I was to think about the most meaningful for me, it was the amazing opportunity to consult in Cambodia with the Rady Immersion Program. The trip's goal was to help Hydrologic, a social enterprise providing water filters in Cambodia, to diversify its product mix and ultimately help it find a sustainable revenue model to secure its future. Now, I had never been to Southeast Asia, and I had never had the opportunity to work in consulting. And I knew relatively nothing about water filtration or plumbing. I went into the trip wondering, how valuable can my skills be to this organization? And in 2 weeks, what kind of impact can we truly make? But I took comfort in knowing that I was going with the best of the best, a group of 5 of my esteemed Rady colleagues and our enthralling professor, Michael Finney, who had taught us all organizational strategy in our core and change management. And he has over 20 years of consulting in emerging markets. So I knew I was in good hands. I immediately and wholeheartedly dropped into this experience. I loved being in a place so different from San Diego, with humidity and its crowded street markets filled with bok choy and live frogs and scorpions and other delicacies. Taking a tuk-tuk to work, getting out into the countryside, and speaking directly with Hydrologic's customers to better understand how they relate to their precious natural resource of water. It was eye-opening to see the excitement they felt about getting piped water into their homes finally, what that would actually mean for them, what the comforts of a latrine, a sink, a shower, and maybe even one day a laundry machine could ultimately provide. It was humbling and enlightening. We were able to bring in so much of our Rady MBA content to this experience, from Michael Meyer and Anna Mear's Lab to Market class, and design thinking principles from new product development, talking about incentive alignment from organizational strategy, even elements of strategic sourcing or accounting and analyzing their financial statements. It was clear to see that the knowledge and skills we've learned here and what has become almost second nature to us here at Rady can be applied in so many different contexts and ultimately provide so much value. And we've all had the opportunity to stretch ourselves here in so many different classes and experiences, and of course, build a great network of inspiring individuals. And I encourage all of us to make the most of it, to keep the good vibes going beyond graduation. In the world, there will often be challenge where you wish things could be done differently or that things would just be more perfect. There will be last-minute venue changes, for example. But don't run away. Run towards it. Roll up your sleeves and drop in the best you can. Drop into your careers and with big ambitious projects and meaningful goals. Get after it. Feel confident in the skills you have gained here to make an impact. Empower those you are working for and with, and drop in wholeheartedly in your next steps. And also, don't forget to drop into the little moments and give yourself this space to make yourself available to your colleagues and other members in the community. I'm so grateful for our engaged alumni, to those who made the time to meet me for coffee or lunch and provide mentorship and career advice. It is a part of what has made the Rady experience so valuable to me personally. And dropping into the Rady community is our responsibility moving forward as we become alumni. The more opportunities we can create for Rady, for the Rady community, the better, as we help secure its future moving forward. While I haven't run an experiment or analyzed the data in Radiant, I am certain that dropping in not only helps you produce better work, but also better build communities and create sustained impact wherever you go. I'm just so grateful for the opportunity to have had this gift of completing my MBA at the Rady School of Management. Thank you again to all of my fellow students, the esteemed faculty and administration for creating an engaging, warm, and collaborative environment where we could become part of a larger team and be inspired about the amazing impact we can make in the future. To my lifelong friends here in the Rady community, I want to say 3 things. Congratulations, thank you, and now let's celebrate.
Today, it's my great pleasure to present the Founders Medal to a great friend of the school, a personal friend, Harry Markowitz. Harry Markowitz is a faculty member and Nobel laureate. When the Rady School was created, so go back to 2003, I learned that Harry was living and working in Pacific Beach. With a successful consulting practice and continued writing and research, I asked Harry if he'd be willing to join the faculty. It wasn't Rady School faculty at the time. This year, Harry has officially retired from teaching, but will continue to focus on his efforts in consulting and research. You should be looking, all of you, for Volume 4 of Risk Return Analysis, the book that he's currently working on, so it will come out. Many say that Harry has had an incredible impact on the field of investing. This is, in fact, not true. Harry created the field of modern finance. He is the founder. When he wrote about modern portfolio theory in 1952, he changed the world and he changed modern finance forever. Modern finance was born. As philanthropists, The literal definition of philanthropy is love of humanity. Harry is truly deserving of this, as countless lives have benefited due to his work. Harry also has dedicated his legacy in philanthropy to our school. His generous commitments to the Rady School include his Nobel Laureate Medal, the John von Neumann Theory Prize, which he prides, by the way, as much as he does the Nobel Prize, and also the Markowitz Fellowship. The Markowitz Fellows will be awarded for brilliant minds with a focus on decision-making sciences. This Markowitz Fellowship will only be awarded to underprivileged and underrepresented students. Then third, philosopher. Many call Harry one of the best finance researchers in history, one of the great minds and one of the great economists. However, if you ask Harry, he will tell you that his field of study is not finance and it's not mathematics and economics, or rather he's a philosopher. He is a man who is in constant pursuit of knowledge to share with the world. Harry, we are honored, we're privileged to have you in our community. The Rady School will always represent and cherish your legacy. This is your home. Congratulations, Harry Markowitz.
Well, on July 1st of 2003, the date of our school's founding, there were no buildings, no budget, no faculty or students. Yet today, we have Otterson Hall, Wells Fargo Hall, the Ernest and Evelyn Sky Pavilion, over 250 million donations from our community, wonderful staff, 44 world-class faculty members with multiple endowed chairs, fellowships for students, and around 2,000 alums who've been responsible for over $2 billion of wealth creation, 186 new companies, and 11 IPOs. This miracle has an explanation. While God has certainly had a hand, the existence and success of the Rady School can simply be explained as an act of Bob. But what exactly is an act of Bob? I talked about his leadership earlier, his silent leadership that focuses on creating synergies. The sixth habit of Stephen Covey's The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People is to synergize. In basic terms, synergy means that the whole is greater than the sum of its part, or as some call it, 1 + 1 = 3. The essence of synergy is to value and respect differences, to build on strengths, and to compensate for weakness. Covey draws a parallel to nature where synergy is everywhere. He tells us that when properly understood, synergy is the highest activity in all life. An act of Bob is reflective of the highest activity in all of life, the act of giving yourself unto others. Bob is all about alienating the limelight and ensuring the success of others. You see, aside from a good bottle of wine or talking to his wife Judy and spending time with his family, the only thing I've seen Bob truly enjoy is getting an email or a text from an alum. Pierre Sleeman texting he just got Go Green hydroponic lettuce into Costco. Ashley Van Zeelen emailing cybergenomics just got bought out by J. Craig Ventures HLI. Or Kiara Kennedy calling to say she's now president and CEO of Amplix Pharmaceuticals. Richard Castle with Cloudbits, or Suman Kanugati from IRA raising capital for their innovative companies. Or the Holy Grail, a Rady alum ringing the bell at the NASDAQ for an IPO. So what exactly does it mean to be a Rady alum? What are the implications of bearing the Rady name? Well, in San Diego, you don't need to look very far to find out. Rady Children's Hospital, the San Diego Zoo, the Rady Family Foundation, and most recently, the Salvation Army. Evidently, bearing this name is no small endeavor. It is a great responsibility and a unique privilege. However, with this privilege comes commitment, a promise to live from this day forward with 3 attributes that are directly aligned with our school's core values: innovation, collaboration, and knowledge. Although most of us are just starting or midway through our professional careers, in honor of Mr. Rady, we must embrace an additional attribute we've learned from him. This trait is called generosity. This is a non-negotiable proposition. As you become successful, always look back at your alma mater. cherish what you received, and assess all you can give back. By being a part of the school during the tenure of the founding dean, you are also co-founders of this school. Therefore, I would invite all of you today to embrace this culture. We need committed individuals. As co-founders, thus owners, we are all vested in this venture. So welcome class of 2019 to the Radio Alumni Network. Be radiant. You didn't just obtain a graduate degree here today. You are also now officials bearers of the Rady name and the Sullivan heritage. Synergize and safeguard it with pride. Thank you very much.
Kristen Elizabeth Duke. Jong Min. Lauren Murphy. Mazen Abugarbia. Valerie Achienga. Michelle Roa. Alicia Altabiniev. Cesar Roca. Kuntai Baidar. Michelle Bain. Adivishnu Baratula. Joaquin Bofiel Schmidt. Jonathan Burris. Stephen Kabaj. Trey Kalish. David Carter. Elizabeth Castaneda. Colin Chang. Tian Tian Chung. Long Sui. Hua Zhong Sui. Daniel Dung. Andrew Ingram. Adrian Aribes. Gregory Fisher. Faye Mayer. Angelina Fischler. Thomas Fontes. Atosa Gassimi. Rumpa Giri. Joseph Jaffrey. Ariel Golden. Phioa Lin. Thomas Hemmen. Chris Hism. Christine Insabella. Yuki Itabashi. Mark Jones. Jasleen Kaur. Farah Khalili. Ganwoo Kim. Benjamin Kuntz. Mimi Cotter. Dominic Lancaster. Aiden Langeri. Lee Jun Liu. Marcela Lopez. Jieying Lo. Matthew McKenzie. Maria Manzanique. Richard Markel. Maria de Los Angeles Martinez. Julian Martinez. Patrick McBride. Catherine McCowan. Natalie Moaziz. Chelsea Mormon. Gerard Mormon. Kiana Motahari. Diego Naira. Eric Nguyen. Yasuo Nishijima. Joshua O'Brien. Yuya Oshika. Taichiro Otomo. Stephen Otto. Jeremy Parker. Ming Pin. Melina Pryor. Kavita Raghavan. Cameron Ravenbach. Pradeep Anand Ravindranath. Timur Rayhan. Jaden Reisner. Christopher Ryan. Melinda Sabetti. Ibrahima Saul. Roberto Santos. Joshua Sherman. Kay Shi. Monica Tajima Sims. Timothy Sorik. Svetlana Stepanishima. Adam Stallings. Robert Sweetman. Joseph Talia. Chris Taylor. Kashal Tawari. Hong Hin To. Clay Tresca. Mauricio Varon. Rachel Wagner. Brian Walsh. Kao-Chien Wong. Christopher Werfel. Suxit Wangwinich. Wei Yang Shu. Jennifer Yong. Ming Ye. Sarush Zarandi. Aditi Zaveri. Xiaoguang Zheng. Not least, Ramat Khalif Zulfikar.
Congratulations to all of the class of 2019. On behalf of this your Rady School community, we look forward to your successes and to your impact, and that's for real. So when we talk about success, we look at the metrics of what you do. I say this to Ernest Rady also. Ernest is inspired by your accomplishments. Every record we get, we send it to him. We look forward to confidently building our bridges in our support network. So please know that we will be here, we'll be there, we'll be here for you, our alumni, throughout your professional careers. Not just now, if you had an issue 5 years or 10 years from now. This is the place to come back to. Keep the connections in the network that you built as friends. They'll go on forever. So, ladies and gentlemen, and alumni, this concludes the 2019 Rady School of Management commencement ceremony.